What's up, everybody? This is Trey Alexander. This is video number 2. This video, we're going to talk about warring, not worrying, against COVID-19, coronavirus in the body. I specifically want to target the body and talk about how to counteract the symptoms. I know they send you home and tell you treat it like a cold and flu, but this virus does not respond to everything, and so you're going to have to use the playbook of somebody else's experience if it comes to you or a loved one. The purpose of this video is to inform you on how to treat COVID-19 symptoms based on my personal experience and coupled with the recommendations of the CDC. The weapon has been formed. It's named COVID-19. It may be formed against you or someone you know, but it will not prosper, so saith the Lord. That's from Isaiah 54:17. It may be here for a season, beloved, but this too shall pass. And while we do not look at the things which are seen, but at the things that are not seen, for the things which are seen are temporary, but the things which are not seen are eternal. And that's really where the war is, but we're going to get there in video 3. That's from 2 Corinthians 4:18. So the goal is to get the virus into your stomach as quickly as possible. You want it, most of the time it comes into your nose or your mouth or your eyes. That's how they say your holes, your face holes. And it came from you touching your face or somebody coughing or sneezing and it got into your face. This thing, they say, if somebody sneezes or coughs, it can project up to 10 feet before it actually hits the ground. If it hits metal surfaces, it can live on those surfaces for up to 12 hours. So it's got a high resistance and a really high tolerance and a really high contagious rate. So that's what's making this such a pandemic, because it's spreading like wildfire. We have to self-contain to stop it. That is the way to stop it and kill it. The ones who have it or have the symptoms have to stay quarantined until it does flush all the way through. Once you get it to your stomach, that's where thankfully, that you're almost in the clear. So symptoms, here I'm going to give you symptoms and then I'm going to give you solvers. Traditionally, you're going to know most of these symptoms and you're going to know most of the solvers with a couple of exceptions, but I am going to go down the list just in case for those who don't, how to treat it, and for the things that this virus does not respond to traditionally, or the medicines that it doesn't respond to traditionally. I'm going to give you some playbook, play action fakes that God gave me that actually helped me through this. Let me give you the disclaimer again. Hospitals will not test you if you appear healthy, even if you have the symptoms. Most tests have to be saved for elderly people, or excuse me, or they're saving them for people that excuse me, that are really, really sick. So you have to know that. What you can do, though, is if you really want to know, you can, if they won't test you and they send you home, you can actually watch a lot of people who have tested positive and listen to their symptoms, because the differences that they're going to tell you are the same ones that I'm telling you, so the symptoms match. You're going to hear that the way that you feel as far as your nose being clogged or throat being clogged or things like that are not like normal. It's not a normal feeling. This is nothing like I've ever felt before, but there are a lot of similarities. So let's go down the symptom list. Sore throat. Gargle warm salt water, because viruses don't like heat. So that's a big one, and most people know. Fever, obviously take Tylenol or other fever reducers. And you want to do that according to the label, so make sure you follow those instructions closely. Be careful about the medicines that you're mixing and mashing too, because you can kind of overdo it, so make sure you're cautious. And if you're not sure, always ask a medical professional for help or advice. Dry cough, menthol cough drops. And I say menthol because you want to use things that either replicate high heat or things that are high in mint, because for whatever reason the viruses don't like that stuff. So menthol cough drops, humidifiers with menthol or Vicks in them, hot foods and drinks, and vitamins and herbs. There are certain ones, and you'll have to do the research. I'm sorry I didn't do it, but there are certain ones that actually can appease dry coughs as well. Teas are really, really good in that case too. Now, here's where you need to do these things in this order. Once you deal with the traditional stuff, the sore throat, the fever, the dry cough that they're telling you that you feel, you want to go in this order with the next steps. COVID-19 nasal obstruction is not like typical nasal congestion. You need to apply high heat by either using a humidifier with menthol and a neti pot and alternating between the two. Or if you don't have that stuff and the stores have run out, you got to get creative. Use a blow dryer with plain water or with saline salt water. Squirt little mist of it in your nose and around your nose, and use that blow dryer on low heat into your nostrils. This is going to open your airways up more. It doesn't totally kill it, but it opens your airways up more, and it starts to push it in the direction that it needs to go. If you don't have access to a blow dryer, then you're going to need to get a hot towel over your face, and you can either put it in the microwave or, just as hot of water as you can tolerate. Squeeze that out and basically drown your face into its own personal sauna, and then go to your car or go to an air vent in your home and put it on low heat and let that heat get into your nostrils to open them up. Once you get that going, you're going to deal with your chest congestion with Vicks, hopefully, or some type of menthol, NyQuil, cold and flu, or Mucinex. Those things are what are going to help break that stuff up off of your chest if you start to feel it go from your facial area down into your chest cavity. Once you move it there, the next thing you're going to deal with, or the next battle you're going to have, is going to be with your inflammation. You're going to have it outside of your body and inside of your body. The way that you counteract the inflammation outside of the body is use ice packs. Please don't use ice packs directly on the skin because ice will act as almost like a heat agent, and it can actually burn your skin and cause damage. Use it in 20-minute increments. Make sure you have some kind of divider, some thin divider. It can be, if you use an ice pack, or if you put ice in baggies, then make sure you put a piece of paper towel in there so that there's a thin divider between you and the ice, and so you don't burn yourself. Inside the body, you want to drink 2 to 4 ounces of elderberry wine or eat elderberry gummies. Elderberry is an antiviral, and it reduces inflammation. So that's going to have you working from the inside out, and the ice is going to work you from the outside out. You're still going to be alternating your Tylenol for not only your fevers, but your pain. Keep this in mind, too, that too much muscle inflammation can pinch your nerves, and it can cause numbness or tingling in the limbs. And that's a weird sensation that I did get because in certain areas of my body where my nerves were kind of pinched, it started to cause some tingling in my arms and stuff. But thankfully, I knew what that was from previous experiences of pinching nerves, so it didn't put me into shock. Remember 2 things. Again, I'm going to say it again. Most hospitals will not test you for COVID-19 if you appear young and healthy. If they do, test results can take up to 5 days to return. They will not keep you in the hospital during that time while you wait for the results. They will send you home and tell you to self-treat. Hospitals are trying to keep as many beds open as they can for people that are severely ill, near death, or elderly, or with compromised immune systems. Excuse me. Number 2, quarantine yourself to help prevent the spread to someone with immune challenges or with underdeveloped immune systems. Please stop being so selfish just because you got a little tickle in your throat and that's all it did to you, if in fact you had it. Because other people may not be so blessed. So be considerate, be selfless, love your neighbors, and stay home. Number 3, treat your symptoms like a cold and flu. Eat a diet that supports healthy immune systems such as leafy greens, elderberry, garlic, citrus fruits, ginger, almonds, vitamins, and etc. Drink plenty of water because the goal is to flush the virus into your stomach as quickly as possible. The acids in your stomach begin to kill the virus and they go to war at a higher level. In my next video, I'm going to give you the necessary ammo to strengthen your mind, your body, and your soul in the Lord, because that's where the real battle is with this. Remember, hospitals don't have a vaccine for the virus, but the God of heaven has an antivirus for you if you believe it.